Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm filming the 2021 Camry SE. Unfortunately, it's not a really good day to be filming because of all this crazy rain that we have here in Miami. But let's take a look underneath the hood here of the Toyota Camry. This has a 2.5 liter four-cylinder, and there's a deadbeat right there, by the way. It makes 203 horses and 184 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy is rated at 28 in the city, 39 on the highway, and 32 combined. So it gets really good fuel economy out of this 2.5 liter four-cylinder. It's paired with an 8-speed automatic. Shedding the hood here of the Camry. My tester is painted in this red exterior color. If you guys want to know how the 2021 Camry looks from the other Camry models, you can see the grille here is completely tweaked. You also have those little honeycomb style shapes there. The radar sensor lives behind the actual Toyota emblem there. These headlights are going to be a bi-xenon headlights with an incandescent turn signal. If you want full LED headlights, you have to go for the XSE trim or a higher trim level in order to get the full adaptive LEDs. But honestly, Camry is kind of growing on me, honestly, now that I'm reviewing it a little bit more. But honestly, the Camry looks okay, and especially with the black accent and red exterior color paint. But looking here at the side profile, honestly, I like these tires. These are a Bridgestone tire. These are a 235/45 width tire. They're wrapped in this 18-inch rim design. I like the black and silver finisher. It fills out the wheel wells just fine. Like I mentioned, these are Bridgestone tires. My tester is missing an LED side marker, but on the Sport, the SE trim, Toyota doesn't give a lot of premium touches there. My tester is missing the panoramic sunroof and also a standard sunroof. But making our way to the rear here of the Camry, these taillights going to be an LED combination with an incandescent turn signal, with an incandescent reverse light, with an LED brake light. There's this little teardrop effect here that Camrys are known for. It's not functional, but of course you could probably make it functional. My tester is missing the quad tip exhaust. You just have this dual tip exhaust here on this side. This is the SE badge here, the Toyota emblem and the Camry emblem. There's a standard backup camera. Open up the trunk really quick. Just in case you don't have the key on, you can press this little button here. Once you open up the trunk will flip open by itself. You have these hinges here to crush your cargo. Toyota says you get around 15.1 cubic feet of space. If you want more space, you have to either step up to a Toyota Avalon, which has 16.7 cubic feet of space, or a Honda Accord. But lifting up the load floor here, Toyota does give you a spare tire instead of a fix-a-flat kit. And the seats also fold down in a 60/40 manner. Just by pulling these little tabs here, the seats will fold down once you go through the back seat and pull them down. But let's hop into the interior of the Toyota Camry. I'm sitting inside the interior here of the 2021 Toyota Camry SE, which is the sport trim. Looking at the material panels on the door here, is going to be a hard touch plastic with this aluminum door handle. It is one touch up, one touch down for all four windows. There's your lock controls here, an automatic high beam switch, your stability control here, the trunk opener, the fuel cap opener, the little compartment for storage in there. This is a manual tilt telescoping wheel. It has a good amount of adjustability. There's paddle shifters here. There's your headlight stocks here. Wind wiper stock is going to be over here. Looking at the gauge cluster, it's going to have analog gauges here for the RPM and also for your speed. And there's this LCD display front and center, but it's going to be a small helper screen. It shows you your eco indicator, the tank into how many miles until empty. There's also your trip computer and whatnot. I've been averaging 12.2 miles to the gallon, which is horrible in this Camry, but honestly, I haven't taken this thing out on a long test to get what the EPA suggests that you should get, which is 28 in the city, 39 on the highway, and then you get 32 combined. So of course, I'm completely off what the EPA is suggesting. It does also have tire pressure there and your speed there. For collision warning, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control. This thing does stop and go for you as well. This does have Toyota Safety Sense, which is a pretty good driver's assistance here. The steering wheel is looking a little dated, Toyota, so I wish you would change the steering wheel. Nice leather up steering wheel, of course, is for the sport trim. The upper part of the dashboard is going to be a soft touch ejection molded plastic. My tester is missing a heads-up display. And the XSE model that I had, it did have a heads-up display, but I did not brighten up the brightness. But you have to go through the LCD display in order to brighten up the heads-up display. There's no buttons like how Honda has it or how they have it here on the actual steering wheel. Compared to the XSE that I reviewed, it does have some dedicated buttons for home, media, menu, audio, map, sync, track, phone, and different apps. There's a volume and tuning knob here. The 7-inch display is really small. Looking here at the Apple Maps here, is really responsive screen, as you can see, but it looks so small. But Honda has 1 inch bigger, which is an 8-inch display compared to this one, but it's a nice clean resolution screen here. Going back to the Toyota system here really quick, As you can see, you can customize the color of the screen here just by going back to the home here, or you can press the home button, but swiping over to the left, you can go to setup here. You can customize the screen how you would like. You can make it to this dark red or pinkish look. There's this navy blue look here. There's this grayish, and then there's a white look that I kind of had in the default screen there. But going back to the Apple CarPlay here, it's really fast and snappy. Your air vents are going to be down here. This does have a single climate control here. There's a USB port here, 12 volt, a decent amount of storage in here, the storage compartment. I have my iPhone 11. It kind of fits on this tray, but it's a little too big because the charging port does get into the way here. We can slide this forward and back. Putting the Camry into reverse, there's distance markers but no trajectory. There's no front or rear parking sensors. But kicking over to the left here, there's a sport mode. You have 8 different gears to go through. This is 8-speed automatic. 2 cup holders here. I like the leather around the actual shifter here. Nice soft touch material on the actual dashboard with stitching. Open up the glove compartment here. It's damped, but it's not lined with felt. The seats in here, they're supportive, they're comfortable, but I would prefer the seats in the Nissan and the Kia K5 and also the Honda Accord, which this thing does compete against. But Toyota sells around 300,000 units compared to the other competitors in this segment. And above, there's no panoramic sunroof or a standard sunroof. There is going to be LED light throughout the whole entire cabin. Open up this, it's going to be for your sunglass holder, an SOS button just in case you need to page the police or whatnot. Center console here is nice and padded. This lid does have a nice soft touch material to it. There's a USB-C in here and also a USB port as well. Once you flip these little tabs here, you can see Toyota now offers a USB-C. There's a deep amount of storage in here in the center console. As you can see, I have my wallet and my mask and whatnot in there. But this interior here is really nice. Toyota did a really good job by updating the actual infotainment system here by giving you either a 7-inch or a 9-inch. So just in case you don't want that 9-inch display, Toyota does give you this 7-inch display as well. So I'm sitting inside the interior here of the 2021 Camry SE. As you can see, Toyota says you get around 38 inches of legroom. So it's a decent amount of legroom. If you want a little bit more legroom, you have to go for the Honda Accord that offers 40.4 inches of legroom. That's the most legroom in the mid-size sedan family here. But shutting the door, the materials do continue to from the front to the back. It's going to be hard touch plastic. There is 2 mat pockets back here as well. You have this compartment here where there's supposed to be the air vents, but you have to go for a higher trim level in order to get the air vents. There's no charging ports back here. The seats feel comfortable as well. Putting this armrest down here, there's going to be 2 cup holders and a nice area to rest your elbows. And on 5'8", have plenty of headroom back here in the back seat of the Camry. And it's going to be LED lights back here as well, just like you get in the front. But let's take the Camry out and see how it performs. So starting off in the driving scene here of the 2021 Toyota Camry SE. This is the sport trim of the Camry's lineup. My Tesla has the 2.5 liter, which makes 203 horsepower. It's paired with an 8-speed automatic. The interior here is a little different, like I showed you guys from the interior scene. My Tesla has the 7-inch display instead of having that big 9-inch display. It doesn't have the JBL sound system, it just has the normal Toyota sound system, which sounds pretty good, but honestly the JBL system would sound a little bit better if you go for that navigation package. The seats in here are still comfortable, they're supportive, they hold you in place. Great visibility, of course it's a Camry, it's going to be reliable. It's going to last you, it's going to be in your family for a long period of time, like I told you guys in previous Camry reviews. Good side mirrors here. My Tesla is missing blind spot monitoring. This does have 4 collision warning with lane keep assist. I noticed with the lane trace assist in this car is not the best lane trace assist compared to an XSE model. For some reason, I feel like the lane trace assist is really not good in this SE model here, but it still will push you back in the lane so slightly. Today's somewhat of a windy day. And honestly, I don't hear wind intruding into the cabin here of the Camry. I don't hear any road noise neither. But this cabin is really quiet. Nice, thick steering wheel here. I just don't like that my Tesla has a 7-inch display. I wish Toyota would have just made the 9-inch as standard. Honda made it as standard in their Accord lineup. So now we have an 8-inch display as standard equipment for the infotainment system. But putting this thing into sport mode here and flooring it. It gets up to speed just fine. 0 to 60 maybe in the high 7-second range, 8-second range, around that range. Just like every mid-sized car in this actual segment. My Tesla does have paddle shifters. That's second gear. The paddles are okay. They're quick to respond in somewhat of a sense. It does have an 8-speed automatic, like I mentioned. Great fuel economy. Of course, it's a Camry. Like I mentioned, great durability and reliability. This car will last you over 200,000 miles. And most people that normally buy a Camry already have one in their family or looking to add one to their family portfolio. But Toyota sells 300,000 units. Really good sale numbers compared to the Honda Accord, which sells around 200,000 units every single year. But this 4-cylinder is not buzzy, but it sounds okay. But honestly, I would just go for the V6 model that makes 301 horsepower compared to the 203 that you get in this model here. And honestly, I would go for the bigger infotainment system just because I like bigger screen. With all this unused real estate here on the screen, it makes the screen look even smaller. So that's why I will honestly just go for the 9-inch display. So after spending time with the 2021 Toyota Camry SE, my tester has a really smooth ride quality, also a really good powertrain. Of course, it's a Toyota, it's gonna have really good reliability as well. So how much does a Camry SE cost? Starting price for my tester is at $26,485. My tester, with all the options that it has a as tested price at $33,303. I'd like to give a special thanks to South Dade Toyota for providing with the Camry SE. If you're on the market for a Camry, you can come to South Dade Toyota and ask for Wilford. He gets you to a new, used, or pre-owned vehicle. I hope you guys have enjoyed my full overview on the 2021 Camry SE. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at DriveOnReviews, and please keep subscribing to the channel. I'll catch you all in the next video.